Hello, I'm a professor at Andrews University, and as such, it's part of my profession to read a lot of articles, PhD papers, term papers, and so on. And since the strain on my eyes by using an iPad is quite significant, particularly as I'm growing older, I have started experimenting with eInk tablets. So after I've shown you the limitations of the Supernote Manta, at least the limitations that it has for my own workflow, I'm heavily using PDFs and annotate PDFs on a very regular basis, on a daily basis. I really need intercompatibility when it comes to PDF editing. I'm switching between devices. I might be working here on my eInk device, and then I need to continue for whatever reason on my iPad, continue to annotate stuff. I might be in a class, where I need to connect it to a dongle and then present the PDF on a screen, on a projector. Then I'm going back here to the eInk device so that I can continue reading and annotating with ease because of the beautiful eInk screen that's not straining to the eyes. And then I might need to continue on my computer and use Acrobat or some other PDF reader to do some further tweaking and annotations, perhaps typing in some notes. That's just much easier on the computer. Anyway, so what I've found is that the limitations that the Supernote Manta has for my workflow are overcome really by this Boox eInk device. This is the Boox Go series. It's a 10.3 inch device, so similar screen real estate as the Supernote, the same eInk technology. It's actually the same panel as far as I understand. It's also 300 dpi panel, so very crisp. So what I'm going to show you is now how the Boox eInk tablet handles PDFs and how it integrates annotations into the PDF. I'm here on my cloud storage. I'm opening PDF, middle-sized PDF, I'm going to let's see, first delete here stuff. There are obviously many differences between a Boox eInk device and a Supernote. It all has advantages and disadvantages. I'm not going to focus on the different features that the Boox device has in comparison to the Supernote. There are many other videos out there on the internet that illustrate that. I really just focus on the way how annotations are being coupled, are being integrated into PDFs, and how the export and intercompatibility is looking like. So we have here this document in front of us. Let's write something down. This is from the Boox device. And let's do some markups. Okay, so we have done some annotations. Now we're going to save it. Save. And let's make sure that this is also being synced to OneDrive. Let's have a look here. And yeah, here you see it's going to sync right now. So let's now have a look at the same file. Here on my iPad, I'm using PDF Expert as my trusted PDF annotation app. I've used that for many years and I'm really happy with it. So you just see here the annotations that I've made with the Boox device. I can pull up here the eraser function and start erasing things. So you see I can erase without any problem parts of the annotations that come from the Boox device. That's something that I was not able to do on the Supernote. On the Supernote, I could just delete the entire layer that contains the annotations per page. So I could just delete the entire annotation page, so to say, and then I have a blank sheet again, and then I can start writing. So, but in this case, I could just add now to the annotations of the Boox device also annotations here on the PDF Expert app. Hello, this is the iPad. Now, writing on the iPad, even though I have a screen protector that tries to mimic the writing on paper, cannot be compared to the writing on an eInk device. So it's so much more comfortable to write on an e-ink device. It really feels like a paper. In fact, I prefer the writing experience on the Boox device compared to the Supernote. I really like the Supernote too, particularly with the ceramic pen. You could be very precise, but precision is not lacking far behind, and it's just the sound, the friction that I have when writing here on the Boox device with this standard pen that comes with the Boox device is, for me, superb and better than the one on the Supernote. These are just minor differences. For me, this would not be a deal breaker if I had the functionality actually of the way how PDFs are being dealt with on the Boox device. If that would be handled similarly on the Supernote, I would actually have kept the Supernote. The general experience of the Supernote I have preferred more, enjoyed more, even though there are some features here on the Boox device that I really like. For example, the writing feel is slightly better, at least to my taste. But the real game changer for me is the way how PDFs are being handled here. So let's go back here to the iPad. As you saw, we made some annotations with the iPad. Let's go on the next page and add some stuff. So good. Now let's get out of the app, and you see it's going to sync again. And once we are done with syncing, we are going back here to our Boox device. Let's open the book folder. Here is the file that we have been working with. Let's open it, and it should now contain both the annotations of the Boox device as well as the annotations of the iPad. And you see here we have both the annotations of the Boox device, you see them here, as well as the annotations of the iPad. On the next page we should have, this is also from the iPad. And now see what we are able to do. Again, something that would not have been possible on the Supernote. Unfortunately, we can actually delete annotations that came from the iPad. So we can obviously delete annotations that come from the Boox device and annotations that came from the iPad. So this is what I want, this is what I need. I'm reading a lot of PDFs, as I mentioned. I start annotating here. I prefer reading and annotating on an e-ink device, but then I often have to transition to an iPad, be that, for example, in a class situation or in seminar when I need to hook it up to a projector, and I need color screen there, and I might need other apps that are being combined with a PDF to illustrate things in class or for my PhD students. And then I might transition from the e-ink also to my computer, where I'm using Adobe Acrobat to type out annotations or notes for example, articles that need to get published and they need to get through the editorial phase, or that need blind reviewing. In that case I might want to write things out because not everybody will appreciate my handwriting. So I really need to be able to have a PDF move seamlessly from my computer to my e-ink device to my iPad, from my iPad to the e-ink device, and vice versa. And it is unfortunately not possible on the Supernote Manta. Would be great to see whether in the future the Supernote offers a different way of dealing with annotations. At this moment, it's the Boox Go that I'm using, and I really appreciate what the Boox device in its handling of PDFs can do for me. It seamlessly integrates into my workflow, and it has made reading and annotating so much more easy for me. It's not straining to the eye as much as it is here on an iPad. Okay, I hope with that I can conclude here my comments. Again, there are many advantages to the Supernote. I personally would have preferred the Supernote, would have kept it, even though it's significantly more expensive than here the Boox Go device. But the fact that it just can't deal well with PDF exporting and intercompatibility between devices and apps is for me a deal breaker. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Bye.